All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Sarabjit Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people not to leave their houses in lockdown districts and states and follow instructions in fight against COVID-19. Prime Minister lauds people for showing gratitude to doctors, nurses and sanitation workers. Jammu and Kashmir, Jharkhand, Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram declare lockdown. Essential services exempted. Uttar Pradesh government declares lockdown in 16 districts including Lucknow and Varanasi. Prime Minister urges citizens to use digital payment tools as these are safer. Department of Science and Technology invites proposals from Indian companies for technology-based solutions for the pandemic. State Bank of India announces an emergency credit line for borrowers to beat adverse impact of epidemic. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged people not to leave their houses in lockdown districts and states and follow instructions in fight against COVID-19. In a series of tweets, Mr. Modi cautioned people against complacency. Prime Minister has lauded the people for showing their gratitude to corona warriors like doctors, nurses and sanitation workers. People across the country came out of their homes and in their balconies at 5 p.m. yesterday to clap, clang utensils and ring bells to express solidarity. In a series of tweets, Mr. Modi said, "The nation thanks every citizen who is leading the fight against coronavirus." Prime Minister said, "This is just a beginning of nation's victory march in a long battle against COVID-19." As the clock struck 5, people came out in balconies, lawns and terraces to express gratitude to doctors, nurses and others working continuously to combat COVID-19. The country also observed an unprecedented Janta curfew to control the spread of the deadly virus. Influencers and achievers from various fields and several organizations also voiced their support to the Janta curfew. In his address to the nation on Thursday evening, Mr. Modi had urged citizens to help the government in fighting the pandemic and had asked citizens to observe Janta curfew on Sunday from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. The Janta curfew, as Prime Minister explained, was a curfew observed by the Janta and for the Janta. The Health Ministry stressed on the need to stop the chain of transmission of COVID-19. Briefing the media in New Delhi last evening, Joint Secretary in the Ministry, Love Agarwal, said, "Many measures are being taken to break the chain of transmission." The central government has asked state governments to issue directions to the 75 districts that have positive cases to stop all services except emergency services.
सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को कहा है कि वो आदेश जारी करे कि जो 75 के करीब जिले हैं जहां पर कि ये पॉजिटिव केसेस पाए गए हैं, उनमें बाकी सारी सर्विसेज को रोकते हुए खाली इसेंशियल सर्विसेज ही ऑपरेट करें। उसके लिए स्टेट गवर्नमेंट आदेश जारी करे। साथ ही ये भी निर्णय लिया गया है कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इस लिस्ट को अपने असेसमेंट के तहत बढ़ा भी सकती है। जितनी भी ट्रेन सर्विसेज हैं, इंक्लूडिंग सब अर्बन रेल सर्विसेज, वो 31 मार्च तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती हैं। मेट्रो रेल सर्विसेज को भी 31 मार्च तक के लिए स्थगित किया जाता है।
The Indian Council of Medical Research Director General Balram Bhargav said the easiest method to break the chain of transmission is to isolate people coming from outside.
जो बाहर से आए हैं उनको 14 दिन के लिए क्वारंटाइन कर दें और यदि होम क्वारंटाइन भी कर रहे हैं तो उनको बिल्कुल दूर रखना है, कम से कम 1 मीटर या अलग कमरे में रहें तो बहुत ही बढ़िया रहेगा। यदि कुछ लोग अपने घर भी चले गए हैं तो उनको अलग कमरे में रहना जरूरी है। टेस्ट की जरूरत तभी है जब उनको सिम्टम्स हों। यदि सिम्टम्स हो जाएं और टेस्ट पॉजिटिव है तब अस्पताल में भर्ती करने की जरूरत है।
The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in India has risen to 359. The cases include 41 foreign nationals. Out of the total positive cases, 23 people have been discharged after being cured and 7 patients have died. So far, over 15.17 lakh passengers have been screened at various airports in the country. The Jammu and Kashmir government has declared shutdown in entire union territory of J&K till March 31st, during which only 16 essential services will be operational. The order of the lockdown was issued last evening by J&K Chief Secretary BVR Subramaniam. He directed the district administrations to ensure that all goods vehicles, including those carrying essential items, are allowed during the shutdown period. Arunachal Pradesh government has imposed complete safety restrictions in the state from 5 p.m. today till the midnight of 31st March. The move comes in the wake of the fast-spreading coronavirus in the country. Jharkhand government has announced lockdown of the state till March 31st. Though no positive cases of COVID-19 have been detected in the state so far, but all neighbouring states have confirmed positive cases. Emergency services and essential commodities will be exempted from the lockdown. In Mizoram, the state government announced partial lockdown across the state in interest of public health and safety till 29th March. To prevent the spread of coronavirus, Chhattisgarh government has also decided to impose the lockdown in urban areas of the state till March 31st. During this period, all offices, institutions, transport services and other activities will be closed. Essential services will remain open. In Tamil Nadu, 2 new COVID-19 positive cases have been reported last night. More from our correspondent.
Out of the 9 patients in the state, 8 are those with recent travel history to foreign nations. Another is a youth who is said to have traveled from Rampur district in UP, whose source of contracting the disease is being traced. Contact tracing for the new cases is also currently on to quarantine them. The first patient who was confirmed with the infection has returned home after cure. The test results of 82 more suspected cases are yet to come. With the intensive nationwide efforts, the health menace is expected to subside in the days to come. Jai Singh, AAR News, Chennai.
Uttar Pradesh government has declared lockdown in 16 districts of the state till Wednesday. Barring essential services, all government offices, educational institutions, autonomous bodies, business establishments, private offices, malls, shops, factories, godowns and public transport will remain closed in these districts. More from our correspondent.
Total 16 districts are Agra, Ghaziabad, Gautam Budh Nagar, Moradabad, Lakhimpur Kheri, Varanasi, Lucknow, Bareilly, Azamgarh, Kanpur, Meerut, Prayagraj, Aligarh, Gorakhpur, Saharanpur and Pilibhit. Meanwhile, the total number of corona positive cases in the state has reached 29. Out of these, in Agra are 8, Ghaziabad 2, Noida 8, Lucknow 8, Lakhimpur Kheri, Moradabad, Varanasi, each one. Out of these, 11 patients have been discharged after getting well. MS Yadav, AAR News, Lucknow.
Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has advised people to follow basic protective measures so that they can keep themselves safe from the novel coronavirus. A report.
People should avoid participating in large gatherings. If a person is experiencing cough and fever, he or she should avoid close contact with others. People are advised not to touch their eyes, nose and mouth without cleaning their hands. Spitting in public places should be avoided. All persons should practice frequent hand washing with soap and water or use alcohol-based hand rub. Used tissues should be thrown into closed bins immediately after use. In case of fever, difficulty in breathing and cough, a doctor should be consulted immediately. The Health Ministry has issued a toll-free number 1075 for the public for inquiry about coronavirus. It has also issued an email ID ncov2019@gmail.com for any assistance on the pandemic.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged citizens to use digital payment tools as these are safer during the coronavirus pandemic. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, "This is the time to ensure social distancing and digital payments help you do that." Finance Ministry and banks have also urged people to use e-payment tools. Financial Services Secretary Debashish Panda said, "If you have to make payments, do it digitally and stay safe." Several banks have waived charges for digital transactions. Department of Science and Technology, DST, has invited proposals from Indian companies for technology-based solution to fight COVID-19 pandemic. This was stated by DST Secretary Ashutosh Sharma in New Delhi yesterday. He said the proposal may include technologically innovative solutions like low-cost masks, cost-effective scanning devices, technologies for sanitization of large areas, as well as for contactless entry, rapid diagnostic kits, and oxygenators and ventilators. The proposals have to be submitted on or before March 27th. Amid businesses getting affected due to the novel coronavirus pandemic, the country's largest lender, State Bank of India, has opened an emergency credit line to meet any liquidity mismatch for its borrowers. The additional liquidity facility, COVID-19 Emergency Credit Line, will provide funds up to 200 crore rupees and will be available till June 30th. The loan will be offered at an interest rate of 7.25% with a tenure of 12 months. The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program, Public Speak, will bring you a discussion tonight on Fit Women for Fit India, COVID-19 Impact on Women's Health. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. Listeners can ask questions to the experts sitting in our studio on toll-free telephone number 1800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for updates. This program is also available on Doordarshan DTH. Maharashtra, which has been testing around 100 samples daily for coronavirus infection, will now be able to scale up this number up to 600 as the Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR approved testing at 3 more facilities. State Medical Education Minister Amit Deshmukh informed that 2 of these testing facilities are in Pune and 1 in Mumbai. In an official statement, Deshmukh said that they were testing around 100 samples on daily basis. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Anuja Kumar.
Thank you, Sarabjit. All newspapers today are splashed with news on the coronavirus and its impact in all spheres of life. While the Hindustan Times leads with locked down till March 31st, the Financial Express writes budget plans may go haywire as COVID-19 wreaks havoc. The Times of India states nation says thanks with talis and thalis. With SEBI extending the time limit for filing financial results for the quarter and year ending March 2020, the Economic Times reports no distancing for audit results season to be hit. In a change of roles, dormitories to be used for coronavirus patients. The Indian Express says Puducherry Cricket Board opens dorm doors for patients. And finally, amidst the Janta curfew, in some positive effects, people engaged themselves in cooking, reading, listening to nature, and spending quality time with the family. And with that, it's back to you, Sarabjit.
Thank you, Anuja. In Madhya Pradesh, India's cleanest city, Indore has deployed drones to sanitize city areas against the coronavirus outbreak by sprinkle chemicals. Indore could be the first city in India to attempt to fight off the virus scare this way. More from our correspondent.
It is a first of its kind attempt by which crowded areas are sanitizing with the help of drones. Vegetables markets and streets of the Indore are being sprayed with sodium hypochlorite and BioClean. The spraying is already started at Choithram Mandi and some other places. These drones take off with 16 liters of chemicals in each flight and return after 30 minutes having sprayed chemicals in an area spanning 8 to 10 kilometers. An official informed that special care is being taken to ensure the spray doesn't harm citizens. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people not to leave their houses in lockdown districts and states and follow instructions in fight against COVID-19. Prime Minister lauds people for showing gratitude to doctors, nurses and sanitation workers. Jammu and Kashmir, Jharkhand, Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram declare lockdown, essential services exempted. Uttar Pradesh government declares lockdown in 16 districts including Lucknow and Varanasi. Prime Minister urges citizens to use digital payment tools as these are safer. Department of Science and Technology invites proposals from Indian companies for technology-based solutions for the pandemic. State Bank of India announces an emergency credit line for borrowers to beat adverse impact of epidemic. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.